If you're just starting out on ACX and you're just starting the audition process, I've got some great tips for you before you start. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am a full-time voiceover artist and audiobook narrator. My channel is dedicated to those of you just getting started out in this wonderful world of voiceover and audiobook narration. So today we're talking about auditions on ACX. So you've signed up for a profile and you're just starting the process of looking through all of the projects to find something that you want to audition for. So the first quick tip I have for you is for your very first book especially, choose a book that you enjoy. Choose a topic you enjoy. I would recommend sticking with a book that's maybe 3 hours or less, because if you're just starting out, you're going to want something that's a little bit on the shorter side. But definitely don't refuse any offers that are a larger book size. Just try to audition for books that are about 3 hours or less because you're just getting started. You want to not overwhelm yourself before you get started. And that topic is going to be, again, something that you enjoy, something that you would enjoy reading yourself, because that enjoyment is going to come through in your read. You don't want to read something or narrate something that is not interesting to you, especially in the beginning when you're still learning how to convey emotion and how to express that emotion verbally. So choose something that you enjoy first and foremost. Second tip is the pay types. If you're new to audiobook narration, there are 3 different pay types. There's per finished hour, meaning you get paid per finished hour, and a finished hour is about 9,300 words. But keep in mind that that finished hour means a finished hour. And that finished hour could or does include all of their narration, all of the editing, all of the mastering, and all of the formatting time to get to that finished hour. So in reality, an hour of finished audio could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 7 hours of work to get to that finished hour, especially in the beginning when you're still learning your DAW, which is your digital audio workstation, or your recording software. All of these things are a little more time consuming and take more time to sort of get down, right? To streamline, to find all of the processes that work for you. Not only that, but you're going to be making mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes in the narrating. Don't beat yourself up about it. We've all been there. We all do it. We all still continue to do it years and years and years later. So make sure that it's a shorter book because it's going to take you more time than it would maybe a few years in the future. Another tip I have for you is when you open up a new file in your recording software, name it correctly. Name it with your name first. And this goes with really any platform that you are auditioning on. Put your name or your username, whatever it is that you go by on that platform, put that first in your file name, the audio file itself. Don't name it My Audition and then the name of the book that you're auditioning for. Make sure that you put your name first, then underscore the name of the book or the client's name or whatever it is that you're auditioning for. And then you could even go a step further and then add underscore again, and then the platform in which that you found this audition on. Again, if you're on multiple platforms, for example, you want to do this because if you're on multiple platforms, if the client downloads your audition and they are listening through all the auditions, and they maybe narrow it down to 10 auditions that they like the best, and then they want to get feedback from their peers, from their spouse, from their family on what they think is the best choice for their project, and then they narrow it down to you, but they can't remember maybe where they downloaded it from. Maybe they are soliciting auditions from several different places, right? Maybe they're getting referrals from friends. So you want to make sure that you put ACX at the very end in that file name so they know who to find and where to find you. You want to make it as easy as possible for that client to find you again, to offer you that job. Now, if you're only auditioning on ACX, then you probably can omit that last part. But once you start auditioning on multiple platforms, it's a good habit to start. And make sure that that audition file is ACX compliant, meaning that it meets all of the audiobook formatting standards for ACX. Now, this process gets a little bit tricky for people, and I'm talking about meeting the RMS requirements, the noise floor requirements, the timing requirements, the peak amplitude requirements. And I know it all seems like a foreign language in the beginning, but trust me, you do get used to these terms and you will eventually understand what they mean and how to meet them. But your clients are also, they won't tell you this, but they will check to see if your audio file meets ACX standard, because that is always one question that comes up, right? If I hire you, can you meet Audiobook or ACX's standards, right? So make sure that your auditions always meet ACX's standards. Not only for that reason, but you want to show the client what the final product is going to sound like, and that is when it is meeting ACX's standards. And also, don't forget to also list that audition as a sample on your profile for ACX. But just be sure to name that sample appropriately, descriptive, right? Don't name that sample My Audiobook Demo, because that tells the searcher nothing, right? Name that sample something like American Female Narrating Romance, right? Make sure the title of your sample is descriptive. But keep in mind that 40% of jobs booked on ACX come from the samples, and the other 60% come from auditions. So why not use that audition as a sample as well? And if you want to add samples before you even start auditioning, you could use a book off your shelf. ACX will allow you to do that. If the author has any kind of issue with that, ACX is more than happy to take it down. And don't forget to refresh those samples often. Recycle them. Whatever interval you choose, take them down and post them back up. And then add and refresh as you go along, just because we get better as we go along. So always put your best stuff on ACX. Another tip I have for you is don't bother with the slate at the beginning of your audition. You're going, what's a slate? A slate is when you say, hi, my name is XYZ and I'm auditioning for XYZ book. Don't do any of that. Just get right into the script. And make sure that there's no like dead air at the beginning of the audition. Make sure that you have about a half a second, right? Again, ACX is standard. Make sure that your narration starts within about a half a second of that audio file. You don't want to make the client wait to hear you, because they may not. They may think that they have an audio file that's got nothing but dead air on it, or there's an error with it, and move on to the next one. Keep in mind, they may have hundreds of auditions to listen through. They may not listen through all of them. They'll listen through probably the first 50 or so, right? If they even get that far. So don't make them wait. Don't give them any reason to skip over your audition. And also, when you're submitting your audition, there is a text box where you can add a message to the client as well. In that message box, you always want to thank them for their time and their consideration. You know, tell them why you think you're a good fit for that book. If it's again, a topic that you're interested in, tell them. Tell them it's something that you can relate to. It's something that you enjoy. Tell them why you like it or why you enjoy it. It's a great idea. Whatever it is, be sure to tell them that. And then also express to them that you are flexible. You can change the pace or the tone or whatever it is, the character voice, that you are willing to work with them to make sure that this audiobook production is what they want it to be in the end. And then, again, thank them for their time and sign your name or your username, whatever it is that you're using on that platform. A little courtesy and professionalism can go a long way. And I've even had some success in the past with adding to the message, if I'm not right for this project, please keep me in mind for future projects. Try it. It might work for you. And the last audition tip I have for you is to keep auditioning. Don't sit and wait for a response or feedback because, again, the author may have hundreds of auditions to listen through, and they aren't obligated to sit and give you feedback or to get back to everyone correct or right away, right? So don't wait. Don't wait for a response on that one audition. Keep auditioning and audition every day. And then also keep in mind that ACX is a platform where people are posting jobs all day long, every day. So check in there multiple times a day for new books to audition for. And don't wait to audition for them because some of these titles go fast. If it's something that you really want to audition for, try to audition for it as soon as you see it because it might not be there later. I think that's all the tips I have for you today, but thank you for watching this video. I am live on YouTube every Tuesday at 12 p.m. EST, and we talk about topics like this and many other things. Be sure to join us for the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.